Hi, I'm Kim Brown. Glad you could join me today. And with us also today is Kowie Swart, a faster EFT Eutaptics practitioner in South Africa. Welcome, Kowie.
Thanks, Kim, for having me.
You're welcome. So I hear that you are having a big transition in your life. Tell us a little bit about it. What are you getting ready to do?
I am giving up my home where I'm living. I'm packing up and getting rid of stuff, and I'm going to live in a huge caravan about 2 kilometers from the ocean.
Wow.
And I'm going to do faster EFT.
Well, now that sounds exciting.
Yeah. Um, uh, I realized after I've been to Greece that I live in a very, 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 very ugly city. You can actually see what you're breathing because due to the coal mining. And then I went on a road trip in November, just after Greece, level 3, and I discovered a little place down in the Western Cape that looks like Greece. And I fell in love, and I realized if I have 10 more good years, do I want to spend it where I am now? And yes, I'm in the process of packing up, and the caravan has arrived over the weekend. It's a huge thing. My brother will take me down and get me settled with the tents and everything. And then I will be back online doing what I love doing, and that's faster EFT or Eutaptics.
So you used to be a nurse, so you helped people more with their physical body. Now you're helping them more emotionally.
Emotionally, spiritually, healing process. Yes, I've been in nursing for 42 years. I worked many years in the trauma unit. And after that, I was a night matron of the hospital. And at one stage, I realized, you know what, my heart is not there anymore. Um, and I had a very interesting conversation with my brother, who's a little bit younger than me, over the weekend, and he said, you know what, we never honor each other. He says, but I would like to honor you today. And I didn't really know what was coming. And he just said, the fact that for 42 years you selflessly gave yourself to the sick. And I think I only then realized that for 42 years I've lived a very isolated life because it's work and back. And I'm really now becoming a free spirit, you know, doing all the new things and learning all the new things. And it's a new world opening to me.
That is beautiful because when you get to the retirement side of life, oftentimes we think, well, that's when I'll pull out my rocking chair and sit on the porch and just wait for the chariot. And you're not doing that, obviously.
Yeah. You know, Kim, when the first month after retirement, I thought I would just rest. But you know how it is. You want to see where everything is. I've been crafting for many years, and I thought I will have to do something to supplement my income, and I will do crafts and I've got a heart for dying people, and my belief is that people should not die alone. There should be somebody with them. I know that we make much more of dying than the actual person who is dying. But I still feel that is something that you should be there. You shouldn't be alone. So when people ask me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I said, I will come and sit with the dying. And my other soft spot is the premature babies.
Mm.
To kangaroo them, where you put them against your skin, because their moms are not always there and the staff are not enough. And well, that's as far as I came, because then I heard about Robert, and I watched 3 of his videos, did level 1, and I was on the plane to America.
That was a big transition.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. I think I scared myself. I said I will do level 4 as soon as he's doing it in Europe. America is just too far. For a week, it's just too far. And of course, that the exchange rate between us and the dollar is immense. I really paid an arm and a leg to get where I am now. So, yeah.
So, Kowie, I noticed one of the videos that you were in, you said you were having, I believe it was a crossfire, or maybe it was just a session with a single practitioner, but you went in with like 3 things you wanted to work on, and you started laughing with the practitioner, and the whole session was just all this laughter, and at the end there was nothing to change anymore.
And up to this day it's gone. I had a session with Clara Cuesta, and we really had fun, because with my accent and her accent, it was really, we had to clarify things all the time. And at one stage, I was very well developed. I was a little bit like a Dolly Parton. And we had to swim in school once a week. We had to go and swim. And when we were kids, they didn't have fashion for children.
Mm-hmm.
It's like swimming in your grandma's costume. So every time I had to dive into the water, I nearly drowned, because I had to get everything back into the costume before I can come up. We swam with the boys. And Clara said she just wants to get this picture. I was standing on the edge of the pool with these watermelons, and the minute Clara said watermelons, that was it. We could not stop laughing. And as I said on the previous video, that on my list, that was one of the things I had to deal with. The other was the death of my mom, and the other one was the death of my brother. And it's, as I said, up to this day, it is gone. It is relieved. It is gone. If I have to think back, what was it that I wanted to discuss with her? I cannot find the issues again. So yes, laughter is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
And it's really strange, because we don't necessarily think about laughter being a method of healing, but it is.
Yeah, it is. And one thing that I have discovered over the time, especially with this thing, that your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between real and fake.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really don't feel like laughing, you just put a pen in your mouth. And that smile makes your body think that you're feeling friendly, and the hormones come out, and you feel better. So yeah, but that was I had a few precious sessions with some of the upper level practitioners, and it was just a motivation for me to push through and to be available. My I don't know, do we call it a practice or a what? I'm not charging that much money, but I have 2 to 3 clients a day.
Excellent.
And it's not South Africans because they don't know about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, that's one of the dreams, is to be able to go down to the Cape area where it's more, I think people are more relaxed and they're more open to alternative treatment. And I want to go and give talks and tell people this is available and this is how it works. I would love to work with children and teach them, because I think for somebody to reach this stage where anxiety plays such a big role in your life, it's similar to neglect.
Mm.
Because if we could learn this as children and learn to deal with our stresses and deal with what people do to us and what we do to ourselves, we will be much nicer adults, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yes, it's as I said, faster EFTs really opened a new world to me. And many times on the different groups, I will read, do you deal with this or do you deal with this? And I think, you know what, the system is exactly the same.
Exactly.
The minute we heal in our mind, the body follows. So whether it's addiction or whether it's pain, or when you release it from your mind, the body will follow. I as I said, I've discovered YouTube now, and I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. But there are so many things out there, and yes, I don't take everything for the truth, but there is a lot of truth out there. I grew up in a very traditional South African school and church life and things like that. And so many things have changed because I find that even in churches there are so much, how can I put it? It was like, it's still a judgmental
Mm-hmm.
institution. You still have to perform to be good enough. And so much has changed that yes, I've lost some friends and I've gained a lot of friends. So I think when you look at yourself and you see the progress that you have gone through and things that you believed about yourself, to be able to let that go and to have a system to say, all right, point 1, I followed. Point 2, 3, tap, let it go, and be new or be renewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even like your actual transition to a new place to live in your mind, if you're staying right where you are, you can let go of what no longer serves you, and you can live in a new mind with a new feelings and abilities in your body, because you have lived in a new mind.
Yes. And that's the wonderful part for me, is that I could change in myself and be at peace with myself. And now I can make the transition. I don't know people to make it better or good. It's just that yeah, to be able to I read the other day that we all have a story, and we don't always have to be able to change people or give them methods, but if you can tell them your story, where you were and where you are now, um, and inspire them. I find that with all the changes that has happened, that um, is so easy to do. The whole system, the whole thing that Robert has done. As I read and as I explore, I find little pieces, and I think it's the same. It's nearly the same, but I mean, he was the master that brought everything together, and now we can do it. I did life coaching because those are terms um, in South Africa that are more people are more aware of the term life coach than faster EFT.
Mhm.
So um, whatever the name is that I call myself, um, I can go out and start a new beginning and be a funky old lady living in a caravan. I'm looking forward to it so much because that burden of cleaning a house and doing this and washing it's all taken away from me. I can lock it up behind me, go and visit friends, go and give a talk, um, go and attend an art exhibition,
Mhm.
and be able to go inside there where the big piece is, the wonderful piece, and yes, if possible, doing level 4 is around the corner.
Very good.
And as I say, I'm not expensive, and I'm trying to help people because I know there are people who I can remember doing level 1 and having to pay $200 for a session. Um, if you work that back into South African Rand, it's times 15 for one session.
Wow.
So what am I? I'm trying to give back because there are so many people in need.
Well, Quivy, if you had one message that you would love to share with everyone watching today to inspire them, what would that one message be?
It's never too late.
Mm.
It's really never too late. I discovered myself and a lot of healing in or at the tender age of 63. And if I can do that, it's available for everybody. And get help. Don't suffer by yourself. Do level 1 and learn how to help yourself and reach out. It's so worth it to be able to be aware of your emotions and to be aware of what is happening in your life and to be able to do something about it. We don't magically transform into perfect human beings, but we've got a tool that we can use. And yes, if you get stuck, reach out. There are people that are willing to help and to walk with you, I think.
Yes, absolutely. That is beautiful. I totally agree. And I will have your information at the end of this video. So anyone, if you want to get in touch with Kowie, have a session with her, get in touch with her, watch for her information. Thank you so much for being with us today, Kowie.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. And many blessings on your transition to your new home.
Thank you. I will post some pictures so that you can see where I am. And yeah, if I just think that I'm going to the nursery of the whales, I'm very excited.
Me too.
Thanks a million, Kim. Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Kowie and I thank all of you for watching today. Remember, it is not too late. No matter what you've experienced in the past, today is a new day. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.